Yeah, thanks, Glenda, for taking the time to talk to us. We're really keen to understand, from you directly, what made you choose Lightspeed 365?
We had SharePoint online, and we found that there were just some massive gaps within the native offering of SharePoint. And we needed to produce more intuitive, more easy to manage intranet content. And our site owners just needed more tools. They needed tools that could be implemented more quickly, more easily, to display content in a more user-friendly manner for our end users. So Lightspeed has just provided us with all of that in a toolkit of web parts, which meant that it was really easy to use. And it's expanded our capability massively so that we can now produce better looking and more user-friendly content.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. And what Lightspeed web parts are making the most impact on improving your intranet?
The handbook has been really useful. It gives us an easy, searchable A to Z view of our lists and libraries. And even in a light touch form, we use it to manage policies and that sort of thing. So that's been a real win. The accordion, which is a really nice, slick, easy FAQ management web part. We had struggled with that in the past. We didn't have something that was really slick. So that's gone down really well. Everybody loves a good FAQ. The app launcher we've used for managing app links, actually, links to applications, but also for personal link management, because people needed a sort of almost their own managed area for links. So that's been really good.
Yep.
From one of our major objectives was to get our internal comms channel to be our intranet. And the alerts and page to web paths have been massively useful for that. So we use those extensively, and it's provided us with a more effective communication plan, really, because we can now bring critical messages to the forefront of the intranet, and that makes it easier for our people to know what's important on a given day.
What about your feedback about Lightspeed 365? When you've got feedback about Lightspeed 365, how does that get handled?
Yeah, when we've spoken to Content Formula about Lightspeed, to be fair, we've frequently taken the opportunity to feedback, but the team have always been really quick to respond. They're always keen to resolve anything that might be wrong or awry, and they're actually enthusiastic about potential enhancements and ideas that might improve the product as well. So it's been a really good feedback experience.
Excellent, thank you. And what is it like to work with Content Formula generally? I mean, because obviously you've worked with us for quite some time now, predating Lightspeed, of course. So yeah, how do you feel about that experience?
It's been a number of years now, and to be honest, we're really still happy with our choice. We looked at a number of firms, and it's been a great relationship. We've always found that the people we've dealt with have been responsive, really helpful, and our systems tend to be particularly challenging. Being a law firm, we have severe security and compliance and that sort of thing. But we've worked with a number of consultants in the firm, and they have all been, without exception, good to work with, experts in their field, but also pragmatic and flexible, in the process. And they've taken the initiative to actually try to help us to achieve the best outcome we can with whatever it is that we're trying to do. So, it's a good relationship.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear. Thank you. It certainly feels the same from our side, to you and WBD. I think it's been a really pleasing, relationship, and one that like we've really kind of got a lot out of as well. Yeah, so thanks for that. Okay, so and last question I've got here actually then is just if you could just I know you've said this a little bit about this already, but if you could just summarize the ways in which Lightspeed 365 improves your intranet, what are the big changes or impacts that it's had?
Bottom line is that with Lightspeed, we've actually managed to substantially increase engagement with our audience. We've recently done a survey across the firm. And whereas beforehand we had very little engagement, we now have substantial engagement across the firm, which has been great. And they now see the intranet as our primary channel for internal communication, which has been a massive win for us. It means we've now got a tool set that actually enables us to make the best of our content. And it's a tool set that grows and changes with us, either because new features are introduced by the product itself, or by virtue of the relationship that we have, where we can actually come to you and discuss with you any new features that might benefit us and potentially enhance the product as well. So yeah, as a product, it's given us more tools, more usability for less effort, which is always welcome. It's also delivered in a package which, from my perspective on the technical side, has been great because it sits more comfortably with our infrastructure and cybersecurity teams, because it actually sits within our own security boundaries. So it's fully managed, fully secure, and really easy just to update and maintain.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Glenda. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about this and give us this feedback.